Welcome to Headlines in Bed. Today is Monday, February 22nd, 2021. Thank you for joining me. Good to see you. Grab a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, some yogurt. Make yourself comfortable. And let's get started with today's headlines. We'll start with MSNBC, another new news source for me, as I look to broaden my news sources and help create a more reliable and trustworthy impression of what's going on in the world based on these headlines. And let's start from the top. And I'm glad to see that they do maintain their masthead. Trump loses SCOTUS appeal on tax returns, could be seen by grand jury in matter of days. Supreme Court of the United States. Trump loses Supreme Court of the United States appeal on tax returns, could be seen by grand jury in matter of days. It's been a long journey for everyone, including Trump, but it's finally, the day is finally here to get a better understanding of Trump's tax returns. Watch live, confirmation hearing for Attorney General nominee Merrick Garland. MSNBC Daily, understand today's news. Number one, the most frustrating thing about Biden's student loan relief plan. I would like to know that. There is a GOP civil war. There is a GOP civil war. It's a pretty lie we're telling ourselves. As long as Trump controls the GOP, Republicans won't be forming a third party. Texas officials let energy companies make bank. Now Texas faces a new COVID crisis. Perfect timing. Every day no longer feels like a year without Trump. Perfect timing. Every day no longer feels like a year without Trump. I think it's a nice headline, but it's not easy to understand. Rush Limbaugh heard people. We should be able to say so. There is something impressive about Ted Cruz's shamelessness. Top videos. Stephanie Rulli explains what's behind the skyrocketing electric bills in Texas. Joe, GOP won't do what's necessary to save their party, and recent poll numbers prove it. Can America get the third party it wants? American Voices, broken, abusive system. New Mexico Attorney General on why government must cancel $50,000 in student loan debt. The basis of the Capitol riot suit against Trump, discussed by NAACP President CEO. Cape Hard, we have an adult in the White House now, and it's glorious. AOC visits Houston Food Bank after raising $3.2 million for relief efforts in Texas. More NBC columnists must read. Did Tucker Carlson say what I think he said about Biden's marriage? Facebook and Australia are fighting. This won't end well for anyone. Why are the First Ladies still expected to decorate the White House? Good question. It's it's all video, but but I think it's well orchestrated. Yeah, and for that we thank MSNBC for their headlines today. Next we're going to go to Fox, and today I'm purposefully going to do MSNBC, Fox News, and CNN, which are all cable news. Their primary outlet is a cable news outlet, and see how they fare online. Kickback to leftists. House conservatives want taxpayers to know about liberal goodies hidden in Biden's $1.9 trillion COVID bill. Biden administration announces reforms to PPP to assist small businesses. I'll want to read that. Overwhelmingly If Biden's $15 minimum wage happens for 1.4 million Americans, the real wage will be zero. Biden's 1.9 trillion coronavirus stimulus packages gives 1 billion to root out systemic racism for farmers. No second stimulus check, time to file your tax return. Cover up and consequences. Ex-Trump DOJ official who probed NY COVID death says Cuomo should worry. Garland confirmation hearing kicks off as AG Pick faces questions on Cuomo, Hunter Biden more. Merrick Garland, what to know about Biden's Attorney General nominee. No way, Nira. Members of both parties reject Biden's nominee with vicious partisan past. Tandem called out during confirmation hearing for anti-GOP tweet says, I'm sorry. Biden says he won't pull Tandem nomination after key Democrats said he'll vote no. Disney's dark side. Carona says she was fired over politics, alleges company pattern of bullying. Tom Cotton calls out Disney for appalling double standard toward China. Shoddy smear job. NBC News roasted for absurd botch hit piece on Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. So, media talking to media. That doesn't interest me. More news about Rush Limbaugh. Supreme Court won't hold turnover of Trump's tax records. Every House Democrat signs on to the sweeping H.R. 1 billion. GOP argues it would undermine election integrity. Texas family files massive lawsuit after boy 11 suspected of dying from hypothermia. Judge makes chilling reveal about gunman who targeted her home, killed her son. Opinion. Vote against Xavier Becerra. His extreme record goes back 3 decades. By Senator Josh Hawley. Yeah, the same senator that gave this to supporters and rioters at the Capitol on January 6. Biden-Harris disastrous star first month full of hypocrisy, scandal, and incompetence. Biden revives Obama policy and each one hurts America's. Take a look. Prince Williams gives update on grandfather Prince Philip's health following the hospital stay. Okay. Well, with that, we thank Fox News. It felt rushed, but it's actually a bit overwhelming, I have to say. It's just the layout and the shouting style of the headlines. And let's finally look at CNN, which I must confess I can't really stand CNN on television. Their personalities are just too loud and, in my opinion, rather biased. Supreme Court allows release of Trump tax returns. The move deals a massive loss. To Trump, who has fiercely fought to shield his financial papers from prosecutors. We already know this. Boris Johnson announces plan to take England out of lockdown. Dominion sues MyPillow and its CEO Mike Lindell for $1.3 billion. NASA will share first video, new images from Perseverance rover on Mars today. Texas GOP Republican, I think it's great AOC is crossing party lines. I think that has to do with her fundraising and visit. Analysis, this quote shows why GOP is nowhere over Trump. Laura Trump, Donald Trump may run in 2024 and beyond. A tragic milestone as US sees fresh warning signs. Texan Congressman knocks cruise for Cancun trip. It's actually not really easy to digest. I'm picking up on what I think is most important, but it's overwhelming. Protests in Haiti as political standoff continues. National Security Advisor says White House has started to communicate with Iran over American hostages. Is there any hope for the Timberwolves? Olivia Rodrigo responds to that SNL sketch. Biden pick for Attorney General faces a grilling in the Senate. White families stuck inside together just text each other every day, all day. The Louvre uses COVID lockdown to make some major changes. Ingenuity helicopter phones home from Mars. Okay, you know, I don't know. Today's news, I felt a little rushed. Maybe I'm a little rushed because I have to prepare for a project, and so that's on me. But the mix of MSNBC, Fox News, and CNN, it's just not a good mix for me. Their layouts are not easy to navigate. Their shouting style is not easy to cut through, and their bias is also quite distracting from seeing what the real headlines, what the news behind the headlines are. But I hope you enjoyed this fast flash of a walkthrough through these three news sources. The sun is out. Looks like it's going to be a great day. Make it so. Thank you for joining me for Monday, February 22nd, 2021. That is Headlines in Bed. See you tomorrow.